Welcome to the Cron 4 Morning News at 8 o'clock. All right, we'll be right back on the Cron 4 Morning News after the break. Coming up, we'll chat live with Ivan Golde here in our studios, an attorney who knew Michael Jackson personally, and he'll have some insight and the latest on the Michael Jackson death investigation. That's coming up after the break. Welcome back. This morning, we're following the latest into the investigation of the death of Michael Jackson.
Yes, and live we have Ivan Golde with us, an attorney who got to know Jackson personally. As Ivan, you were covering the 2005 child molestation case against Jackson. You were inside the courtroom. You got to know him a little bit.
Yes, I was.
Okay,
yes, I did.
So the latest stuff is, well, let's start with his dad, Joe, who just came out flat and said, you know what, I think there was foul play.
Everybody is worried. Everybody is scared. Everybody is covering their you-know-what. Obviously, there are very suspicious circumstances with Michael Jackson's death. We know the drug allegations. We know he has a history of drug abuse. There are doctors on the line, and people want answers. His father wants answers. His family wants answers. Everyone wants answers. So I'm not surprised the Jackson family is taking the offensive right now.
What do you think? I mean, let's pull up. TMZ has some exclusive photos of stuff that the cops pulled out, they say, in 2003 when they had the first molestation allegations. So they were investigating, and they found these pill bottles with strong narcotics and bags that looked like IV delivery systems, maybe for anesthesia, written in the names of Jackson's posse. You know, like the prescriptions weren't even his name. How does knowing Jackson and sort of how he lived, how likely does it seem that he was in this atmosphere where he was able to get drugs other people couldn't?
Yes,
and they were supporting him.
He absolutely was in this atmosphere. And as a matter of fact, in 1993, he admitted he had a drug problem. He went to a rehab center in 1993. He was a money-making machine. He was an entity, not only to his friends, to his fans, but to his family and doctors as well. That's what I think. And believe me, what he wanted, he got. If he didn't get it, he would cut you off. So he had to get it. If he wanted to be close to Michael Jackson, if he wanted a piece of the action, family or not, you had to do what he said.
It seems there's some parallels here to the Anna Nicole Smith case, and it was 2 full years after Anna Nicole's death that we saw Howard K. Stern, her companion attorney, arrested. 2 full years of investigation. Could we see something of this length go on with Michael Jackson?
Absolutely, and this is a drug allegation. This is a case. Michael Jackson has been theorized to have used drugs since 1993 or earlier. That's a long time. There's a lot of time to cover. There are a lot of doctors, physicians involved. This is going to take a long time to unravel everything. Matter of fact, Arnold Klein, his dermatologist, has already come out on the offensive and said, I didn't do anything. The issues they're going to look at: was he over-medicated? Was he given drugs he didn't need? Aliases, friends, all sorts of drugs he shouldn't have had. They're going to find out. Will they charge anyone? I'm going to make another prediction. Like I predicted his innocence, I will predict they charge no doctors, and this will end eventually, and nothing will come of it. A lot of these prescriptions, there's a database where you can check every prescription in California. I understand that these prescriptions had no labels on them. People will not talk. Jackson is still a money-making entity, and people will not snitch.
So this will fizzle out? There won't be some big announcement saying that we've investigated and we're not going to charge anybody?
No, there will be an investigation, a thorough investigation. At the end of the day, I don't think anybody will be charged. Maybe a doctor or two may have their license suspended, maybe. But at the end, we're just going to throw up our hands and say we did the best we could. We investigated. We could not find any real wrongdoing on anybody's part, and they'll let it go.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Well, again, you were the one who predicted about the child molestation charges, so
it's a sad, sad tale, and we saw it before with Elvis Presley. It's a similar case here, a money-making entity, a man people wanted to be around. Michael Jackson had charisma, he had style. Everyone wanted to touch him, to look at him, to talk to him, to hear his music, and it's hard to say no. It's that celebrity status. It's just hard to say no to a celebrity.
But do you see him more as a victim, or as, like you said, you do what he says? Because I started to feel bad for him. I was like, oh gosh, if it really was a case where, you know, yes, he was asking, but he was given all this stuff. Yes. I don't know which way to view it.
Was he a victim of his own fame? Of course he was. And his brother Marlon works in a department store just the opposite end of the spectrum. Michael had so much money, so much fame since he was a little kid from the Jackson 5. Such a special kid, one of the most talented childhood singers and pop singers we've ever seen. And he was jailed by that, and It's no excuse, but it is why people gave him what he wanted. He was a money-making machine. An estate worth $1 billion.
Hey, before we go, because I got an attorney here, right? So I would like to know about the legal battle over the kids, if that happens. Because Jackson said in the will they go to my mom, but then you got Debbie Rowe who might come and do a custody.
I think the key issue is the social workers are going to interview those kids. What is in the best interest of the children? Do they know Debbie Rowe? Does Debbie Rowe have a relationship with those children? Where is the best place for those children to be? I think in the Jackson family, I predict Debbie Rowe will get some sort of payoff, some sort of compromise. She'll go away. Those kids will be raised by the Jackson family where they should be.
Ivan Golde, thank you very much for joining us this morning. We appreciate your insight.
All right.